Well, hello, everybody. This is Sarah Brown Westling here with Ask Sarah Live for Teacher to Teacher. And I have to tell you, we had so much fun doing that this way with two people last month when Josh Parker was joining me, that we just decided to make this a regular date once a month. And so I am so excited to be able to have one of these conversations with an amazing educator and to be able to use this time to just let you all listen in and of course be able to participate. So tonight, the teacher to teacher community out there will probably recognize who's joining me, Lavandia Menifee. And those of you who don't already know her, yeah, there she is smiling. Those of you who don't already know her are going to see why I immediately wanted to share this conversation with her. She's currently a school counselor, but has landed there after 20 years of teaching Spanish, English, ESL, being an instructional coach. So she is going to bring 2 decades of wisdom to this conversation tonight. She is currently a school counselor at Secondary DAEP in Houston, Texas. Welcome. So
Thank
good to have
you,
you,
Sarah. Good to be here.
Yeah. Also, for those of you who are joining us, I just want to remind you that one of my favorite things about doing this, and I think it is for everybody else, is to be able to interact with everybody who's doing the chat. So make sure you introduce yourself below the screen, send your questions. We're going to try to take questions live and just be able to bring you into this conversation as much as we possibly can, which gets us to tonight's topic, which seems really timely given that we were just talking about squeezing out every minute we can before going into winter break, which is what's going on, of course, around the country. Tonight, we are going to talk about reflection and transition, which are two of the big things that happen for all of us at this time of the year. Which is kind of about, you know, bringing closure and getting ready for something new. So we thought we would go ahead and just jump right in with some questions that we got from our community earlier this week. This question comes from Perry. Perry asked, what is one piece of advice that you want to give your second semester self? Which I think is a fabulous question. Do you want to go first, or do you want me to take a stab at it?
Let's see. Oh, that is a fabulous question. What piece of advice would I give my second semester self? I have to admit, I do a lot of checking in with the people in my life who are like my moral compass.
Yeah.
Parents. I think about my sister. I think about my husband, and I often think, like, what would they tell me? What would they advise me? And so I think it's probably hard for me to get out of my own head to trust my own advice, but yeah. I know that my daddy would tell me to be excellent, just to wake up every day in January and just to try again. No matter what kind of semester I've had, go ahead and be excellent.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. My mother would tell me to be open. My mother was always just open to all kinds of new experiences. And I hear her telling me, just be open. You never know. You have no idea. First semester could have been rocky, could have been something new, but my goodness, if it was rocky, there's nowhere to go but up.
Yeah.
My sister would tell me to be happy. She would tell me to be happy, that it's okay to have a bad day and think, okay, how many bad days can I really take? It's okay, it's normal. And my husband, bless his heart, would say, what do you need me to do? So,
there you go.
Bless his heart. Oh my goodness, bless his heart. So,
you know, what I love about your response is the way you're talking about having this circle, right? You have this circle of people that you really, really trust. And I think that really underscores what reflection is for teachers. That in order for us to reflect, in order for us to get better, in order for us to make that leap from one semester to the next, we have to have that group of people that we trust who will first of all, support us. And then second of all, tell us what we need to hear. You know? Yeah.
I agree.
I was thinking about this question, and it really made me think about one of my favorite things about teaching, which is the opportunities that we have to hit the restart button. Whether it's a new semester, a new quarter, a new unit, I feel like there are just these times where you get to hit that restart button and you have this chance to say, hey, this is what we learned from this experience, but this is the direction that we're going to go now. I also, when I think about the advice that I would give myself, I really thought about the idea that we sometimes think we can be better teachers if we do all of the work, right? And I think really being a good teacher is not doing all of the cognitive work. And it's one of the things that's been actually really poignant for me the last couple of weeks. I always have this bittersweet thing that happens. It's existential and bittersweet at the end of every semester where I think, oh my gosh, we're finally getting there. We're finally getting there. And I know I'm doing a good job when they don't need me anymore. Like, I don't even know. I mean, I could be out in the hall and they're still doing their thing. And then I know but then I know the next semester you got to push that, you got to push that boulder up the hill again.